abusia se yeware o eye 2010 na ebi abema o wale o no na o yere na ne yere no file divorce eye 2018 na emramu no wadwen kire wo se mo a munim mass no mo kakriti emayen mo a munim mmara nso no mo mekire se bema wo yere na ofa ne yere chi ebeware wo abra untwa na ware mu a eno no emra no kire se abuja counselor Lutterodt ababonten ababe kire nsem mu tese wo educate yen ewo eye Lumba ne eye Odo Broni ne Akosua Serwa nsem mu wo educate ye pa to the sense wakama Odo Broni atene ho asese why a big mistake in life because we a caretaker nti as a caretaker no se wugya ho ema nipa wo hwe no ene wo da fufufufu no ne wo a emfa nkwala no megina ho na meye se no ntino aware me ana woni ma wo ntino me yere ntino wo benya ajapade abusia Council Lutterodt kan sem bebre na nda wo de yenko na yenko tie Council Lutterodt nsema waka ene
as if they are concerned, but unfortunately for me, they are not truly and really concerned. And the catcher was said, and come on, aja, mufia ma ye son. Because about some time ago, me, I gave a point on me and say, me feel my more. Na eduma me ye ni kakra kakrai ebo amafui na me wo gidie bi se enkrofo bi a me ne won nam no omoye equally qualified counselors no na ma adwene say recommending them was the best. Why does I say so that in my absence I'll give them the nod to go and sit in my programs for me. Can you imagine that omokwa no mo see de bia no mo person kan kura bi chire station no say I am not really the kind of person they should be running for the program, but they are qualified. And Crawford me be so me a colleague counselor so eti me feel my no see a se bon Crawford bi na gi sa die ne asemba ye ya obi afrem wo Ghana mini Ghana your friend makasa WhatsApp yes obi ko bi say na aden omo de omo ni ana enti bajo catch one say maka kantom go an wo Angel FM 102.9 ye na be for kwan so
amongst counselors there's more beef.
There's no beef, but some time ago I wanted to be a type that can recommend people when I'm not around, but now I don't have anybody to recommend. I don't know if anybody will recommend me though, but I don't have anybody to recommend at the moment as I speak. Because I've told you before, said nobody, I'm not building anybody to be like me, and I don't want to have a replacement. When I'm no more, my books should speak for me, my tongue should speak for me, and the story ends there. That's what I'm doing now. Because they are not worth being introduced for.
Any comments you had better
so I don't know if people understand why Akosua Serwa for Sumeses went to court. The media, I don't think the media to most of you understand why she went to court. If you are different, I know your educational level and your presentation. Please, do you have an idea why Akosua Serwa Mrs. went to court?
For widowhood rights.
Okay, so I think that is where the problem is. So the education is not going. Akosua Serwa Fosu went to court because she's been deprived of being recognized as the wife of Daddy Lumba, not Okuna. The reason for going to seek for redress is for the court to clear that she is the wife of Daddy Lumba and still married to Daddy Lumba. That was the only reason why she went to court. It's not about Okuna. I get my point here. So, the Akasa se see idea, Odo Broni di kunim, no. If she is able to be clarified in court that she is Mrs. Akosua Serwa Fosu, the story ends there. I get in a picture. That's all we're looking forward for. And people should learn that you know, Sebo, let's learn this education. If you marry in Ghana under traditional law, and you travel to any of the states, Germany, UK, US, and you are going to file your document and you are asked, are you married or single? And you say you are married. Once you are there, you are filing with Rosie and you say you are married. They don't care whether it was traditional marriage, it was engagement, it was what. Once they settle the two of you under the civil law, you are married. Because in America, in UK, in Germany, they don't have traditional marriage. So our dear be admitted to yet done no civil marriage. It's also a law. It is common yet careful. And Ankrophobia Tiasia said, Obima Odo Broni enya said, only Daddy Lumba wale ye. Na ye sheshano, ni ye shishe AI, eye nyamamano, no mo bejitu mu say ye wale na, no me na beda nusu enya sasa. Dia to subio. Or the ayire no koye den. Mesreno or the ayire no koye den. Or the so den swadi den abaya afina wesisu. Undi 50. O we afe. O wona me akoko. We a ten say Rosie kakra. O problem ni den. What is your problem? Now you be pushing am again abenya no me say to the afa Angel FM so say mon kan chia me say emra no would definitely take care of the children. Don't keep it that in your head. But Emrano has nothing to do with her. See what to say? See, Kuma would act a beer. I'm an area that the beer by a cool Yamaho. What's your answer?
Yes, King Brenya.
Sebo and from so pana ye ever the children. Yen you find out this year. One year about it now won't penny bioma. Messra Kona Kojan. They are tossing you. Papa didn't who come on. So what him say? I say. All call what you will. Or by no what Germany but 2 the next we say a big one fino. And I want to honor. So the testament, any will, ni nyama what you ni nana. Yes, where you were film, Mummy and Kai say, Embrano won't quite say a reverse it. It is our caretaker no buy it. Ever share now, or be asked no share no yadim permanent yamanina. If the man was still married before taking you to court to marry again, you become useless. And if you don't take care, they hold you for bigamy or they declare the marriage null and void. As someone done, Sisi by Sisi. There are too many examples.
Also, so Freddie caretaker, I think that's quite harsh with me.
Mebacho ye wadwuma bi wo man mu o man ametimu enkrofo aye ne hwa enkrofo mo yare your friend was saying they are caregivers, they are caretakers. So what are you talking about? Who or she?
You don't have children with their caregivers today.
And this woman has no child with a man. Mind you, if you are a caregiver and you go and have a child with the man you are taking care of, you have breached the consent, the protocol of the job that we are employed for. So as for Odo Broni's case, Odo Broni was introduced to Akosua Serwa by Lumba. If she's lying or they are lying, then I'm lying. As Abaya Wayne Boami Kakran, and she prepared a room for Akosua Serwa to lie in, not as a wife. So when we are talking about that issue, Per Brenya, the Kumawood Atta, and this particular one, the Kumawood actor has somebody taking care of her, went to marry her, ignoring the wife. And the wife is back. And the wife will win. The same like Odo Broni. Odo Broni has come to take care of Lumba, not as a sick man. I keep asking myself, if we keep referring to Lumba Yali, and Lumba Yali, and I was 6 room, then I will come. What's the artificial insemination? Munja Bana Mugu Mufi. Me da men kase wie na tia breaker na wo ye ma hiu men kase wie na tia breaker ma me wie na ma obi ankofa me ma Angel FM obi atie o ma wie a wo be fa na se mechanic for me say oba so be hwe Lumba as a caretaker or who on sister from being a caretaker but she becomes a baby mama. Say Lumba ko ye ne ho de na it is established say Akosua Serwa is still the wife of Lumba. Then she has committed a crime unless she says she didn't know. Now her fate is in the dead body. The only person that can deliver Odo Broni is Lumba, who is dead. and not those who are following her. So there's no victory. Odo Broni winning, and Lumba Yiri Lusu. She went to court for clarification. Akosua Penny says, I am not a wife. May the court look at this document and check if by the civil laws, I am no more a wife. If they say she's not a wife, she will pack her things and go somewhere and leave the rest for Odo Broni, who claims she's a wife. But if they say she's a wife, then the action must be taken, where the children will be taken care of, and Odo Broni will be set aside. She has to be evacuated from the house immediately.
Yeah, go first story in Tosu. Also, hello, so I've been having sleepless night lately, and it all comes from my secret child from an early youth. While in secondary school, I got my high school girlfriend pregnant, and the family thought I wasn't befitting for her daughter and for their daughter because of the rascal life I live. They flew her out of Ghana to avoid disgrace. Initially, we used to speak on phone when she flew abroad, but few months after her delivery, I stopped hearing from her. Her family has left their government bank, and I can't find them. And that site has developed into a private property. It's been 15 years now, and even though I am married, I just can't live with the fact that I have a child somewhere whom I cannot find, that my wife and children know nothing about. I am scared there might be some dispute one day when I'm not alive, and my family might. Do I inform my wife about this child? In fact, Abanti Bache say, or SS, they're 15 years. And now, any girlfriend or any shisha SS on him. Now, and I'm saying I need to trust someone and if you need a rascal life. In fact, get it with you that I get you must job the new one, she cried on it.
So I don't know if you were told when you were growing that if you impregnate anybody, you go and live with a girl. Did your father tell you that? Yeah, must I want to live. Yo, they never told me that they will bring the girl to our house. My father said anytime I impregnate anybody, they will sack me from this house to go and live with a girl. Mantia said that. So, and when I grew to a certain stage where I was working, my father said, I don't see you with any woman, but keep this in your head. Anybody that brings a child to this house, we will receive it. That was the second word when I became a grown-up and I was not focusing on women. Until 1:31st night, my mother and my father called me and asked me, is everything okay downstairs? Because I am growing. By then, I wanted to dedicate my downstairs to money and property. So childbirth during a certain stage of your life will not help because it will cause an abortion or interference to the future they are looking for, both in male and in female. It is a bushafone kase. Sen otieno. Amun to me money na any omoba banin tenadia. Not just say I am no cresse, I am pre hunyense, omo pre omo and I yin send by. But the problems is here, and say a son say, wawari. I want one year na money. See, but it was funny here. I was officiating a marriage where I don't do counseling in my church. My church, I only supervise after the people have been counseled. Because if I sit in a counseling chair, I think we'll have few marriages happening like the one Rosie is about to do. But hear this one. Maybe edge document ever file it. Then I'm going to say, on Friday, you know, on the panel of the council of Philly marriage register or your divorcee. That is what I pay. Then I went back to ask the counselors, did you ask if he has a child out of the old marriage? They said, we just realized that he said, I said, no, go and ask. Where is the child? What is happening to the child? Say, but in that particular time, they have fixed dates to have the marriage. Can you imagine that when I started probing, the lady in question who has a child with this particular one that was writing divorce was saying that the child custody arrangement was not properly done. So she was not going to agree and was preparing to come and cause mayhem on the day of the wedding. And they have to reach her and tell her that she can't do it because she can be arrested by law, but they declare the banks and she has a right. If she thinks that the child support is not working, she can go and file in court and they will call the husband to come and do what he's supposed to do, or the ex-husband or the child's father. So a child before marriage has a different story, and a child during marriage has a different story. But as we speak, the firstborn of this man is the first child of the marriage they find themselves in, which is going to distort the mentality of the woman who is sitting there, because she will feel she has been deceived. But here is the case. The young man said he was denied of having attention with the girl at a certain stage. His mistake was not announcing. Let's be honest. He has made a mistake. He could have announced before the marriage, especially because the child was there before the marriage. Whether the child is with your grandmother, the child is with your auntie, the child has been taken from you as I walk. There's a child for me, and I announced it, and I keep announcing every day. Even though I don't believe the child is mine, the mother keeps telling the child that you are the father. And she's there. No one, more than 3, and I'm okay. Maybe I'm a foster father, not a sexual father or a biological father. But I'm saying that I announced these things that were happening to me, whether they believe it or they don't believe it. So this guy's first mistake is that he never announced it before the marriage. Can he say it now? No. Why am I saying no? As we speak, if he tries to say that there's a secret in his head that he cannot sleep, where is the child? Is the child still alive? Where is the location of the child? When was the last time he spoke to the child? So if you are going to announce this to your wife, which details are you going to give her? Are you going to cause her to think like you? My word is that he should not announce now until he does investigation, have clear proof that the child is in Kaswa, is in Nyanyano, is in Ethiopia, and the child is truly his. Because somebody just announced, and the DNA came up to be that the child is not even for him in America. So hear this. If you are listening to me and you want to know how to announce a child, we don't tell the wife first. We tell the family first, like the way Daddy Lumba did. Call me on 0277. It is 609. It is 644. If somebody has run away with your child, as a man, not as a woman, as a man, and you want to tell your family before marriage, call me, let me help you, because if you don't go for that child, definitely you have sleepless night like this young man. 0277 609 644. The same number can give you Afromax Plus and all my other brands. Right, as Kojo leaves my line and go, the rest of us who are here, I want to welcome all of you. So I was on a show right now. Today for who? Today for who? I didn't get it. Esther, so ladies and gentlemen, Esther just wrote, and for your information, next year 2026, God willing, October, the nomination of Esther has been approved as the stout or the principal constant listener and contributor to my show. Nominated by Abner Sugar Crash and supported by able Victoria in Kunim, my love. They have nominated, and I think Monday I accepted the nomination, and I have now officially stamped it that we are providing a visa in the passport of Esther, and we are giving him a 5 years multiple visa to come to the United States of America for being a good follower of Counselor Lutterodt. And then somebody asked me a very passionate question the last night. Send me a message. said he came to my Facebook, and the numbers on the Facebook are very low. They are just 8. And I said, I should go back to my screenshot. I was doing 1K until they came to hack my Facebook. And ever since they hacked the Facebook, I've not been able to recover the loss of whatever I've gotten back. So if you come to my Facebook and I am 2, I am 3, I am 10, I am 26, there are times I go up to 100. That's okay. But let's leave it there like that. I will not go to invest any more time. I want the content on YouTube. That is why I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook, and I respect all of you who come on Facebook, because I don't even understand why my friends on Facebook 5,000 is blocked. And after it being blocked, unfortunately for me, still when you come and you're doing live, you don't have even 200 people coming to follow you. As for those of you on TikTok, your loyalty and the way TikTok is, we can have people who are not even following us, but still want to become part of the business that we are doing. So I am grateful and I'm happy you've come to join me. I see you down there. So like I was saying earlier on, 5 years multiple visa for Esther. Process will start, God willing, from the month of February. So Esther, if you don't have a passport, mind you, the only way to have a visa is not in your Ghana card. It is in your passport. So let's do justice to that business. I'm ready to, as it were, assist you and make sure that you become the one that I have chosen and we have nominated. We will give you what you deserve. Like I said, I want everybody to hear what we are doing. We are giving Esther a 5-year multiple visa. 5 years. And we will keep her on our insurance. And she will go. And so December 26th at the Families Orgasm Conference in Ghana at the National Theatre. Very soon, the billboards will be out very, very soon. We will give a citation and the award to the best follower on TikTok or the best follower on Counselor live at the program. And whether Esther is there or not, the plug will be presented. And based on that plug, we are saying that she has qualified for the process of being a very good, consistent follower of Councillor Lutterodt, especially on TikTok. And for the rest of you, we should find a way to reward people one way or the other. What I have is what I give. I happen to be the CEO for the whole Africa for 3G Awards. And I have the power to nominate, I have the power to choose who. So I had a discussion with the board that I want to nominate one of my good followers who have kept me, and they agreed. And I've now nominated Esther, defended that nobody else can be here. If Esther doesn't go, then the thing should be blah, 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 blah. Right now, once it's been stamped and has been accepted, I introduce to you Esther as our 2026 winner for the best follower of Councillor Lutterodt. If you have any reason why Esther should not be giving the course or the visa, as we are saying, you have the right to say it in your heart.
I'm emotional. Oh my goodness.
Abraham, Mama introduce you. I'm not emotional. Why are you emotional? Oh no, we'll do it. So once I come, Esther, when I come, the first thing you need to do for me is to send us. When I arrive, you have to send me your bio page, and then your process will start. Definitely, you are coming to America. 80 said the SL start. The SL started. Yes, say Abraham. So you remember Esther Ba. Now Esther Ba, you be able to can say Waba. Esther, get ready. We'll do that process for you. In 2026, we'll do that. But in December 26th at the National Theatre at the Families Conference, we will present to you a plaque and what you have won. You have won a 5-year multiple visa to America. We might say it or we might not say it, but whatever it is, we have agreed to your nomination and we'll take it exactly as such. So congratulations in advance. And I've said it. I've told the team already. So whatever happens to me, if
no, the DHS are higher in America.
the thing I hear said you just important bad. Come on, Ben, and the page you so bad.
The reason why I'm a fraud, where you best say,
produce a child within wedlock. Don't ever say to yourself, if my husband brings a child, the story will end. I will leave the marriage. Don't say these things. Never say never. Any of us can bring a child home. A friend of mine has brought a child, but honestly speaking, never had sexual intercourse with a woman. I repeat, my friend has gotten a child right now as we speak, but never had sex with a girl. Only now, unjindi me wa. Hey, Charles is here. Wow. On my Facebook page, the Facebook page that is not producing numbers, Dr. Charles Benny is here. Dr. Charles Benny happens to be one of the great people. I told you about Viago in Ghana, where we are giving people opportunity to travel and do business and make a lot of money. I told you there's a new business I'm bringing back to Ghana. The app is running. It's called Viago, Viago, Viago. Please just go and then follow us there if you want to be part of the club, which I want you to be. Please, it's not easy. If you want to be part of it, for you to have 3 times travel free around the world, good vacation, subsidized. It's also a business thing that your monthly contribution of only 50. Akosua Serwa Fosua Ofi Germany. Eye Lumba legally registered wife. Till the death of Lumba, they were still married in all quarters and by law as the only gazetted missus of the late Daddy Lumba. She made a big mistake of her life, which I will not stop saying it. The big mistake of her life was that she came up to accept the fact that the baby mama and the house help of Daddy Lumba should join her to bring peace, to sit as the 2 widows. She was not cleared and advised clearly that the widow happens to be the wife of the deceased man. And if your husband is married to you legally, then it is an irregular problem to allow another woman to join you, mourn your husband in the state of widowhood rights. Akosua Serwa Fosu Mrs. made this mistake and missed the mark. Why? Because she gave respect and dignity, honor to the opinion of Daddy Lumba, who told us that the only wife that he knows happens to be Akosua Serwa. So Akosua Serwa has a reverence for this man. And out of that, she bowed to that arrangement, and the 1 week was done. After the 1 week was done, then some of us started our conversation that the woman is just a baby mama. She has no right to the estate of Daddy Lumba. The children will have right to the estate of Daddy Lumba. And a lot of issues started. Then I came to advise Odo Broni because Daddy Lumba's soul was standing at the entrance of his house, that she should allow things to be done the right way and never claim she is a wife because she's a baby mama. One minute be out from us. So when this issue came up with Odo Broni being a baby mama, then the story started that I made a comment again that if Akosua Serwa would not be careful and will allow that the obituary, which is a legal document that can be used for an LA, they allow Odo Broni to be on the obituary as a wife, then her status as Mrs. Fosu is nullified. it means that she has thrown away her missus and must prove a divorce certificate. But if there's nothing like that, then adding Akosua Serwa and Odo Broni on the obituary, then what they are telling the German government is that there is an act of bigamy, but they don't want to address it. When I started my North 7 conversation, that is when I hear Akosua Serwa's team realize that counselor is speaking sense. Odo Broni's team realize that counselor is going to cause trouble. Why have they agreed to do the 1 week together? And I'm setting up a lot of confusion among them not to agree again. I was speaking for the future. Remember, when we lost the legend, that Saturday, I made a lot of statements. Go and watch it on Pizza. Afromax Plus. Exactly. So when we lost the legend Daddy Lumba, Chaskodio the late, I made a lot of conversations, I said a lot of things, including the fact that if we don't set up well, his funeral will be a lot of chaos. I said it. And my chaotic situation about the funeral was that these things were going to happen. But I advised Odo Broni and told her that you are a baby mama and remain as such. And you are not the only baby mama. So I remember when the Bushapeni was leaving, the Bushapeni made a statement and recorded, it was recorded that Lumba has number of children that Bushapeni mentioned, was it 11 or 12? And had one wife, who is Akosua Serwa Fosu. She said it again. And for that matter, she will be the widow at the program and left her crowd to the village. He was interviewed again. They asked him that. So, per all the arrangement, that when the year is no one day you can. Or say, I feel go be some penny for. That was where the confusion started. So, the confusion of Akosua Serwa being in court today didn't start with Akosua Serwa. It started with the Bushapeni, who knows what the truth is. However, turn the truth to be something else, I wouldn't know why he was doing that in the name of bringing peace. But I don't know why you can cause confusion in the name of bringing peace. That Lumba was not a polygamous man. Onya warudu for Bema. Now who say who pass through the engine to say or wali obi. Wali dada. So that is what brought the misunderstanding. And Akosua Serwa, who was in full respect and honor to the Bushapeni, realized that the Bushapeni doesn't give respect to her like the way he says it. So the best thing is, once they don't recognize her as the wife, no family member can talk. She wants to go to court. My narration will be boring, but follow it. So Akosua Serwa realized that let's seek for a redress, because the Odo Broni, who is not a Fosu, mind you, DLFM is owned by Daddy Lumba. I don't know any other person who is a partner. When Daddy Lumba kicked the bucket, a letterhead was released from DLFM announcing the death of DL. Also mistakenly, Serwa Amer went on radio to confirm the death of the late Charles Kojo Fosu, Daddy Lumba. That was also an error in those times. So when the letterhead of DLFM, which is the radio station that Daddy Lumba owned, brought the notice to the public that the owner and their friend, Daddy Lumba, is no more, the letter was signed by a lawyer. Now, and that was when I asked that the lawyer signing puts the company's name under and mention his name. Then I drew the attention of the host then of the show that I don't believe in this circulation. Why? Because if it is not the right of DLFM to announce the death of their boss, it is supposed to be the Bushapeni and the family that he belongs to. So that was an error. Number two, the lawyer with his chambers doesn't have the locus to sign a letter from DLFM announcing the death of Daddy Lumba. I said this to And many didn't get it. Yeah, I was there, Tilly and the rest were there. He was hosting. They said that's not the most important thing. The man must be buried. Their rush is the burial, but my interest was what will happen after the burial. Then we were there after the Saturday when I said what I said. They withdrew that letter and wrote the same thing on behalf of the Fosu family on Baba Jamal and Associates. The law firm now came to do the official announcement of the demise of the late Daddy Lumba. Serious. So a law firm now came to announce that on behalf of the Fosu family. And we didn't know who the Fosu family was, because by the legal rules of engagement, the immediate family of a deceased person is a wife and children. So the Fosu family where Odo Broni was not a Fosu. Number two, when they were writing this letter, the Bushampenny was not the one announcing the death. Number three, when they were writing this letter, they were not writing on behalf of Akosua Serwa Fosu and the children. So the Fosu family that the Baba Jama and associate were representing was vague. To me, I said it, that I don't know which of the Fosu family Baba Jama and the team were representing. I said it. Those times I said it. But nobody listened to me. All of a sudden we're there. Then Baba Jama and associate continue writing. When there's a communique, they come and write. Now we heard they are the lawyers for the family of Daddy Lumba. Whilst the Champagne told us that he doesn't know any lawyer. Keep this in your head. Champagne Ejawusu is not a Fosu. He's not. He's not from the Fosu family. He is from Daddy Lumba's mother's side. So the law firm, Baba Jama and Associates, that wrote all those letters I have to us, representing the Fosu family. Which of the family was the law firm representing? Well, let us just say, when the late Charles Kojo Fosu was alive, they were the chambers that were representing him when it comes to legal issues with his companies and everything. When a man engages you to become his lawyer, whilst you are being paid for the service, you are not there for the family. You are there for him. So I have my lawyer, personal lawyer, Counselor Lutterodt. I have my lawyer, personal lawyer that deals with my cases. It's not my family lawyer. So my company, the work consult, the family consult, all the consults I have, the lawyer has right over them. But my wife, children, and my house, the lawyer doesn't have right over them. So he is not the lawyer for the Lutterodt family. The legal arrangement from the beginning, for me where I sit, was thwarted and confused. However, I came back to say that I stand to be corrected. Why? Because I have not seen a document that maybe was handed over to the law firm from Daddy Lumba's personal cabinet, sealed, that you represent my family in the time of my demise. I've not seen it. They didn't tell us. But it is hearsay that it was alleged that this law firm were very instrumental in the purchasing of the radio station for Daddy Lumba. Hence, the family relationship with Daddy Lumba was there. It's alleged. Whilst we were going on, then Akosua Serwa realized what was happening. The letter came from Baba Jama and Associates on behalf of the Fosu family. That till today, I don't know which Fosu family the law firm is representing. I'm surprised that the court has accepted them. They were sued. So I think that the court has accepted them because they were sued. They were sued as Priscilla something. That's Odo Broni. And Champagne was sued as Ejawusu. And Transition was sued. So the Fosu family have not been sued. For one year conversation you, because one said, and come on here called Danny Bibi Fufro, yedi, and Uncrofo any de Nina Danny Bibi. See a wepa. So Tama law firm church from Katamayan, also me a Fosu family. Besi and enemy new Fosu family or more representing because Odo Broni and your Fosu. As far as the document we have now is showing, Odo Broni and your Fosu. Ebusua penny eja wosu and your Fosu. Dear Oya Fosu no Daddy Lumba. It is a mrane immediate family. Daddy Lumba. Neyere ene ne ma. Immediate family. Na omo ye Fosu family. Immediate. And sana Lumba enyanomon so abe peso. But the yedi nkomo aye kan. Law firm na yedi no ho common. Won fi Lumba busuam nimu ni papa echi. It is a Lumba papa echi omo ye Fosu abusuafo no. Ena eji baba jamai na associate to mu dia. Then we can boldly stomp up and say they are lawyers representing the Fosu family. Again and again. Because Akosua Serwa Fosu, Mrs., has decided to choose the husband's name since they got married and have children with the legend who has been named by their father as Fosu. A family can have the Fosu family, a law firm can have the Fosu family, and we can easily know that the Fosu family is Akosua Serwa and the children of Daddy Lumba, even if not with the father's family members. If you are smart and you don't want to dilute your education, your level of sanity, and you want to just stay neutral like some of us, not being biased because somebody is calling you name, then let's be honest with ourselves. Based on these arrangements and conversation, the law firm that is representing the Fosu family, which family are they representing? This was my question. Because the locus to represent the family they are supposed to represent is not available. Unless otherwise it is proven to us that Odo Broni is Mrs. Priscilla Fosu. But in all the narration I hear, there have not been any instance where she's been called Fosu. Please, if you know that Odo Broni has been called Fosu anywhere in documentation, please tell me so I will change and come to that level. So the law firm, Baba Jama and Associates, the law firm that came up and finally formed and changed themselves from just being the Fosu family lawyer to become a lawyer speaking on behalf of the Ebusuapeni conflict of interest, if you ask me. Okay. So when Ebusuapeni and the family members, through Baba Jamal's firm, made it clear to the wife of the late Daddy Lumba that she is not a legitimate wife, then she took the case to court and said, those who are battling over my husband's body with me is Eja Wusu, the family head, Priscilla, I've forgotten the second name, Odo Broni, who happens to be the baby mama of my late children's father. My late husband has children with my late husband, baby mama. And then where my husband's body has been laid, the transition. Well, I'm hearing for the first time, because the response that came, whoever is writing, if you can make a request, come and let me ask you some few things, because the response that came if today there's a change because Makasas have been more than Modia, then I stand to be corrected. But so when him duty now, Mr. John Den, is it John Okafo or John Ibu? Ebusapeni has his own lawyer. His lawyer spoke today. You Ebusapeni, Miss, is it Miss Teen or Miss Zin? Miss Jane. So Miss Jean. Miss Jean, if you have detail, can you please, Miss Jean, can you please make a request and let me ask some few questions? Because I don't know when Ebusapeni had a lawyer in court. I don't know. And I don't know if Ebusapeni's lawyer right now as you speak is not from Baba Jama and Associate. Daddy Lumba played that song. Hear me very well. When people come and make allegations, I don't know. So I give an opportunity. So, madam, can you please come and help us? Because I didn't go to court today. And I'm here to speak to my court correspondents who are on social media. They are my correspondent. And I didn't send anybody there. But when they come and report, I pick or gather it, especially Gossip 24, his content, and then GH page. There are two people I rely on their running. Their content is always clear for me. As for Hiniba Media, he's made it clear to all of us that he's speaking on behalf of Odo Broni. So that makes him biased. Tell him I say so. So this lady has brought me to a point where she's saying that Ebusapeni has a lawyer that spoke today in court. Oh, could it be that my noise is making sense? Because the response that was given to Mrs. Akosua Serwa Fosu, the note that was written to her. Oh, you have requested. Okay, let me see. Yeah, administrator is there. Oh, sorry. So thank you very much. Thank you, my dear. Welcome, madam.
Good afternoon.
Madam, good afternoon. Will you want to speak English or Bakatri?
Oh, yeah,
but that's it. Mammy Bacho, my own nipa, my oh, yeah. Say, okay, Busiano, who we are reporter, and now you have a shot here for Libya, and then.
The Bacho, the cables for when I'm in a reporter. But me, not me follow, me, so I was surprised as to how Odo Broni Ebusapeni was one lawyer. But about, the first about 2 hours ago, on Kojo TV, and then Gossips 24, or call court, no. Or report to my one of the reporters, Bisa Judge Nebakon, which was not fighting, or Bisa say, na Omoan or Musaka Same Busapeni, and the judge said, the lawyer said, say, Nkofo Bri Eka say, Odo Broni lawyer, no one a Busia, penny lawyer, no, but a yes, sir, a snow Busia penny lawyer, no, and a snow Odo Broni lawyer. That's what he said. But me, still, I have some doubts because so that lawyer that spoke on the channel is Kojo TV, and I'm also share with Gossip 24. The lawyer is claiming, say, lawyers back 6 no Odo Broni chino. And no money now no Mokasama Odo Broni. Na ebinum kasama Ebusapeni. That is what he said. So I'm just a viewer. Maybe should be just like Obia or Wofie should be a reporter. But that is what I heard 2 hours ago. Say be a lawyer ne cancer because of Nkofo Bo Mechin to the Kokasa. They are meant to mention. But that is the video I saw. To patrol your worker.
Because me started car same way. Obia follow me via over Kaisem. See, I don't understand. Because Odo Broni nyefusu. Ebusapeni nyefusu. Ena lawyer no Akosua Serwa lawyer nso ko sue ye no. Okosiu wo friend dey. Odo Broni Ebusapeni ena transition. Response e ba ye no. Men kai ni ye die. But I am saying the same law firm. Now that Ben was a penny lawyer.
That's that Mr. I think say maybe in conform because this is the very first time all court proceedings now. This is the first time a lawyer can say Odo Broni lawyer and you're no one opinion lawyer. So I don't know say in conform anything out of the 6 lawyers, maybe about who and say, okay, men I may Odo Broni.
I want to know if the lawyer for Akosua Penny is different from Odo Broni's lawyer. I really want to know.
That's what he claimed. Oh yeah, I mean such
because say no crepa say ene lawyer for frako kasa ama ejawusua. Then I think Ghanaians owe me an apology and respect.
Yeah,
because me started can say I don't understand how on earth that a lawyer that claims it's for Su family lawyer, that the law firm Ejawusu said in an interview, say only lawyer phobia or only lawyer bia. He said it. All of a sudden they are in bed. And the letters they write to Akosua. So who was responding? Who responded to the request from the court? When the trauma Akosua Serwa for says empo onya di dimpo of funeral brochure mu under nyamia se so ni Lumba wo ma. Was it not the law firm that wrote that letter?
Yeah.
And when they were writing, was it not the conversation from Musapeni? So when did the Musapeni had a lawyer?
That's like that idea, serious.
Because if as we speak, Baba Jama, if they say they are representing Odo Broni, there's something fishy I don't understand. Odo Broni is not a fosu. And I'll be very, very disappointed if at the end of the day, the Baba Jama Associate is really a law firm that is representing DLFM. If they are supposed to be the corporate lawyers for DLFM and they are now representing Odo Broni in court, then we are doomed. Because it's conflict of interest. They say it was Baba Jamal's lawyer that stood in for both. Hey, Obisoba, make a request. What you see me, I like, okay, so Miss G, Obisoba trust it, Baba court. I see mercy.
What do you mean? So, not about to share video now, me share, now me better go right. Say, me who say ya may ya meet ya send it in your DM.
So, the man kwanza. Say Gossip 24. I believe in that, guys. If you watched it on Gossip 24, then Gossip 24, everything he says is authentic. I'll plead with him to send me the video. If I can replay, I'll play. But hear this from my reliable reporter. He says they came from the same chambers.
That is why I also think it's a maybe go for ball with you.
Hey, Councillor Lutterodt. Councillor Lutterodt. Councillor Lutterodt. What's it day? Mr. Makasa Wunti. According to my senior reporter right now, he says that they came from the same chamber.
So, but did he confirm that somebody said, "Oh no, you are paying lawyer"? Because I've seen a video like that.
Yeah. So the confirmation, because they said, did Akosua Penny come with his lawyer? He says yes, but from the same chamber. So the lawyer of Akosua Penny is also from Baba Jama and Associate, from the same kodo. So somebody stood as the lawyer for Akosua Penny, but was coming from the same Baba Jama and Associate, according to what I have here from my able, honest reporter from court. But if so, then what are we looking for? Because right now, it's Akosua paying Odo Broni transitions that are being sued by Akosua Serwa. Now, Akosua Serwa is a fosu by Mrs. and by the children. And Baba Jama and Associate is representing the fosu family. Odo Broni is not fosu. Transition is not fosu. Akosua Serwa, what do you call it? Ejawusu is not fosu. So if a law firm that is standing in for the fosu family is representing the people fosu family is contesting with, where are we heading towards? What's that? I say okay. We actually what's it? Yes, they are from the same chambers, which is Baba Jama's law firm. Okay. So Nipa is what I confirm. He said that's what happened. Machoko.
It's a Friday lawyer judge I declare say at my Akosua wife. It's a bushia for the way I was a penny out of religion. Oh, but me, I still like I say, or Mudi, Bushani to still out, Nozume Kuna say. Because the way I was a phone is as you said, the ever copiano still no, my girl, naive.
There be Titi. As soon as we will be as slow. Tia Cosom, Mammy. And common I didn't say, Akosua Serwa for so request or quiet and say, oh, say me. Court ye. Pabu ton Nakasemi, and you could I want to call you. My motive one I say. I'm narrating the story to where people will know the reason for the suit.
Okay. So Moka says on the Dimbe Mukrano
say that statement they have to come. Not just say in a way, no. I'm going to say Daddy Lumba or ma. Because Kratano Mutual say Empo ni dimpo ba a year brochure no more. A favor be near the sun say only sa kwasia semo e so be san paucho. Hey, how do you open your mouth and say this? What a troy? Who wrote that nonsense? Who wrote it? Say a bad impo say ni dimpie a year brochure more. Yeah, papa. A son say, only Luba Oma. If you mean common, maybe I'm in common and I'm the meaning you answer my here. But me perceive me take as I say. Baba Jama. Ni chambers no na je se si ade nkomo aye di ni kire se Baba Jama chambers no ama lawyer say on representing Ejawusu ana sa na mo kire
ne patro sa video na me share sa na lawyer ne pese o kire. So no kasama ebusia peni.
Eti na che say Baba Jama mu se si anu omo na kasama Odo Broni mi bo a. And omo anso na kasama ebusia peni.
Ebusia peni na o say oni Odo Broni na Akosua Serwa no onim so ye yire no. Afede ebusia peni na say run about 10 around the
yeah, Councilor, good evening. Lawyer now, Junior Muma Ebusia Penny, the same lawyer now, there's not Junior Muma Odo Broni. And it's Ebusia Penny, 60,000 or Mubisan or the Bill Coach Odo Broni lawyer, and any unknown lawyer. They are the same. Omoya Terry, lawyer Fatini, the other guy, and then the another one. Omoya Terry, Oman represent Ebusia Penny, Oman represent Odo Broni.
It's not to say the American amount for person betting myself. My question is say Baba Jama law firm or representing wine.
Ebusha penny no Odo Broni.
Na so see or try letter they be or see for su family. Anameboa.
Oh, is that Ebusha penny is for soup family?
Onye for su family oh.
Yeah. If you buy, what did you say, councillor? What did you say? Through the court hearings, the by say Ebusha penny by a distance cousin. Direct cousin. And if you a distant cousin or your direct, if the distant cousin is the other man that you're back as
Me question
the woman who told him say Lumba Wari Odo Broni was Yabaya so 20 years ago. Meanwhile, almost Odo Broni Wari 2010.
But Ebusha penny my yeti say only Odo Broni bia.
I'll say after that, and acquire the finding, any investigation who said Akosua Serwa Yejana Wari, Nemo Odo Broni na yere. And one president Odo Broni Nakasaka said they didn't have any marriage pictures. But Ebusha penny I provided picture Odo Broni ring on the right hand. Not the left too. And right finger no.
A corner society.
Exactly.
Eti Photoshop.
There was nothing like picture, but Ebusha penny provided picture. Lawyer Kusi Bisa and say, "Oh, Bisa no na ring yes. When I see a modern lady sayaba, it me choose to a better ring go baby. And she onim say the shape benkum, but Odo Broni in the end their fashion to they are right." And half a time and go through all the videos and watch it and see.
Hey!
It wasn't easy. Ebusha me when you know why we not see I don't have any picture, but Ebusha when it may provide a picture.
Who do say lawyer live beside and I feel you see picture and cry, you do the man.
Oh, say, your cousin, I know, and as I'm not an Ancasan, or cannot Ancasa project, and
but the question is say, I 70 years, and no, nipa we na catch and say. Now
one will say one thing about Ebusha penny news say, I'm witness ni na it's a time now, Koshishe Muno. Witnesses no catch and say, our real no more. Oma won't pass on Koshishe. It's also Yabaya catch me, Yabaya 20 years ago. You're right, just so part of you. I know see Faustina Fosu. After see Faustina Fosu Yari. And George Lutterodt. And I also Faustina Fosu Yari. I don't know, it's not camera who can say. Thank you. Thank you. Also Faustina Fosu Yari. Also Faustina Fosu come on catch no. Now one who are worry Obama mean Kobe. Enti sane mami ko bia ade na ne mami timi be satisfy say e ya pasa me ba de ye no hwade na mbom ne sister kunu one when the man no court so no see Lumba ne Odo Broni started in 2006 when Odo Broni was in the SHS Lumba ne Odo Broni jai nursing school
but Odo Broni on call nursing school da
oh no, and the person who came in to the court and they say Odo Broni echo nursing school second year na Lumba manager in nursing training no. Now Odo Broni Lumba started 2006 when Odo Broni was in SHS 2. And the council never took their court. And the council won't share. Won't yeah. Then you are lost.
No, I'm not lost. Wouldn't they say I'm not lost? No. I'm not lost because I am dealing with the fundamentals. See me pa. My question is say, the entire Akosua Serwa court and say, yes, see, you're walling.
Of course, that is the reason why you're called.
Etienne Sebusha penny prove say you're done wadia. The only document that proves that Akosua Serwa is no more married is a divorce certificate.
And they don't have it.
So if there's no divorce certificate from any legitimate court, nobody can declare her not married or divorced. Nobody can do it. And I'm saying, me in the court, the entire main court, they say, me in the court in Como. But the entire maybe say, say, yeah, Kasi. Baba Jama and associate for the PBA announced say Lumba. Yeah, Bisaya, you see, it is alleged, say, Lumba radio station in the company is on the motion. Okay. Yeah. Now, social Lumba company, so. Now Lumba your clients. A bunny send a Lumba you are all of a sudden who represent you for Su family. Now why for Su family? I saw Odo Broni and your for Su family.
No, yes.
Go. Yeah, can I wusu and your for Su family.
Yes.
Dear Otumidani for Su family or Lumba a family. I Lumba Yanuma or Mufia Jabba.
Yeah.
And now Oba Lumba were a mra friend of the immediate family. Oba Lumba were na wadi Lumba diantum to say Akosua Serwa for Su or your for Su family. Lumba men you know one you know your for Su family. It is a law firm mission representing for Su family. Only who question or announce Lumba woo. And ye bushia penina or that for Su family now the human mandate. Yo, ye busu kasa, no kasama for Su family. For Su family near Maya, Akosua Serwa to sue for Su family. Wakosua bushia penny one sue for Su family.
Oh, she was happy, yeah.
Akosua Serwa suit was for a bushia penny a jawusu.
And the
Odo Broni Fresela. And a transition, many of the moon and conform me in some way now. Lawyer Kusimu as you. Na some conform me say yes, you are your money for Su family for. Eba ni say na Baba Jama in associate and represent you. You young fan say Juma no ye. And ya Baba Jini so metua nka no nya Juma ma wo. Mama asem ne say. Nipa na ye di ne ho nkomo na ye ka ne ho nsem no. Wo na wo gina ho man. Eba ni say na nkrofo a ye ne won twe no so uko gina ho ma wo.
That's the question. I mean,
and that's all representing that was cited with them.
yes.
And that's all represent you, Mokake.
And the bias is just
Too much.
Because and Nakamu Kasanu, and you see a lawyer came from Lutterott's chamber to represent a Jawusua. I will stand better clear in the upstairs.
A lawyer no Mujina Odo Broni, they are the same lawyers or more representative Bushapenny. And Bakukra and Name Bufukra say, Bushapenny quay 60,000 or so to put on a lawyer near Odo Broni. So people were like, what about Akosua Serwa, Akosua Brimpoma, who pay for their lawyer? Because I had a committee, I asked to get free Maban, or you go to your lawyer.
Sa lawyer na Bushapenny Castle put you. Baba Jama Mwana.
Yes.
Oh, are you people sure?
Yes.
The view, when you're careful. When you're careful, in Inguasia, no yard doors.
May say, every sample for both, which you know, with the pressure about Quabbage now, so no, Casame, because so far, and say, will be a different person.
Mamma, you're beyond a woman, you mean, I mean, Titi Jabum 70 as you. And yet, I'm sure some common as you.
I didn't know more. Yes,
Meme se mentias say Baba Jama an associate is representing Akosua's friends Odo Broni, and then the what do you call him? A Jawusu. I still don't understand. You say Abusua Penny says he was taking the 60,000 to pay the two lawyers who are coming from Baba Jama's association.
I see. I'm the beach lawyers. Nobody be a chop money for the two widows. No.
There was a penny. Was here? Akosua Serwa and
yeah. But and when you funny thing or withdraw stand 2 days and 3 days before. Or sending man Akosua Serwa brother. Then one for me, no, it was through interview. No, we were UTV Saturday. No, and some of us say, Odo Broni be no man Akosua Serwa. So the brother was like, "I don't know this command." And some of us show phone. So the brother went off and checked. And who said 3,000 baba from unknown source. And some of better say, "Why would you send me money without informing me? This is malicious." So what the interview with between the Akosua Serwa brother and then Bushapenny on Saturday now.
And you was a pain or say Antacosia.
Yeah, now okay, I say Akosua Serwa plan was a colonial less now, match because Odo Broni man does now so talk when is Ghana for beto and regular. So meanwhile, no, what's your year? So why would you give her money?
Wow.
What was said? The air yes is here and said, Odo Broni and Adia Mimo. Mekan Crawford Timas here. Nana didn't hear me mobile say. Ni position cry a day.
She's claiming to be a wife, or not yet legal wife. Or said that ni witness ni say Lumba catch up Musa with Jana Yera Wari and obey Odo Broni Wadi.
Na Lumba catch the omu wine say with January.
Or so catch up Webushia for me. That Musa Lumba Odo Broni a walk on.
Dabena Lumba catch them.
Or say time no must start dating. That was 2006 on Mubisa Luma and Lumba Suwajaya Wari. And on Mubisa and Saint Yomu Bisaya say the divorce certificate were here now. Or say any don't mean to it.
The patron may person may be some question or this case into Odo Broni no see a warren and why they in Tinsano. Because if I'm passing a warren
now we didn't say our yes, of course, Lumba feel. That was
okay. So OPG meetings and say, oh, you're short near my Lumba, but it's one edge. They should have presented whoever.
I could see beside those questions in Ina. And what beside say, I'm a Remunu, you're about why they were here now. And a witness, they say, oh, Barney fee. And you're by the son of Odo Broni, in there, why you Lumba,
money fee.
I will pay money fee.
And secondly, none of my papa, so no money hobiana.
Send my main castle a witness. I have 2 families, you know, so we witness.
Internet is our any witness.
That is a penny and any. Shebusa penny shock where investigation, the Yabaya and a Bonama, Salumba, Odo Broni Wadi.
Okay. It's a see a bisa Odo Broni witness, so who Yabaya were our
bisa no lawyer could be sent on him say Yabaya 20 years ago. Me, how much Odo Broni Wali 2010. Or say on the Kaita Mayabaya Wuye.
No, dear.
Yeah. Or so the bodies Yabaya or more cares or like or kind. So Yabaya and the catcher and say, although meanwhile Yabaya knew 20 years ago and Odo Broni got married 2010. And see, some man in the catcher and I don't know.
Say, yeah, no, for yodium.
If I was a said that lawyer could see catcher and so or the tone to so what the bribe no better testify. Now some look and look ready, no, so that be that. And you bush for the catcher.
Nti adena ya say adena afi we dissolve case and or anything.
That be see on dissolve but on one kasa de wamba mbegina ho ambe am bo nkuru.
Me who interview bi a lawyer ne say Odo Broni ni witness ba kono o say we dissolve case no say why
that the one to the or some ka mu wie no say
was this English word they use me
me tie dia o kan but me kwa so me refi word.
Yeah.
Odo Broni who say no the nti o mo ka asa no cause Odo Broni ni be bo nkuru te sese ne a mama Akosua Serwa no bi be gina nkuru no but ono no amba that was why o use our word ni ma omo no ono no amba me bo nkuru and one so present witness no so we share interview
the woman has really suffered though.
Seriously, but lawyer could say the first time who Lumba was Mama years. Mama, I had this video to so say Akosua Serwa year and see now Akosua Serwa see that be and just say you know be video no akofa brand.
Because the woman had why endure pain so and wakata Lumba bonia like me cheating in yama bebre ma me endure wakata nyama
and people are insulting her.
People to appreciate her say when good papa and then ma banka Lumba some that but and we are but this woman kept this pains for how many years?
Ka say so oni ma me no oni papa no wo kwa dey na all along 17 years, one be kuntokwa. I want to know why I never find once and over out. Because when him say wari nebu. And that letter no more out, and no mujina so, and the customer manager wari.
Now to a divorce, any divorce. My attempt as a
no so there's nothing like that.
I wrote under someone's comment section say you didn't see so or sure let Lumba and Penia. So Lumba Penia or divorce now can you imagine the property yama woman.
Even crown on the sister and the crown so say Omomonsanka letter be an insabia and sister
one answer.
So no cause social media no who letter. So we don't know who Ebusa Penny no say Akosua Serwa the letter ne brom.
On because there's also letter the embassy name so all the
see a catch no omo catch any say lo Akosua Serwa de letter balance samba so be jai Lumba only the Bibia no here say to Ebusa Penny Bibia here say
make sense say
we can say a court Cassandra for some go because
we need evidence.
Nipa no say my worry no or no kasa see oni picture watch out when the statement is only picture we Ebusa Penny when your picture nipa ne share ring
old marriage
worry I picture that also was a private ceremony in picture there but Ebusa Penny provided picture or share ring.
But you're worrying
in your picture. Watch all answer a statement. Moses said there was nothing like picture, but it was a penny equal witness, not the picture for it. And or sharing in this one right instead of left.
I don't know. Because if I see two near my prayer left, not my prayer right.
That didn't I right?
Photoshop.
Didn't I right? Photoshop. A picture
and also see it today.
Only in Ghana courts.
But when we say, me, my issue is still say, I will say and say again that the downfall of Odo Broni will be a big blow to all of us. And I'm saying this because the children that Odo Broni has with Lumba have not been denied that they are not. Majority must hear. So there have not been anything that they be a Mekatin Crawford said. Her sanity to mourn the loss is very, very important. So in all that we're doing and in all our planning, we should try and help her to be sane enough to take care of the children that the man have left behind. And in Crofona, and you Odo Broni chin. How many say you're careful? Now you're sure say they know what time is it and they know what they are doing. Because enya sadia ebe asem kesi amai. Me adia baako a menti asie. Mose muntie. I'm looking for something that my din kakra munhia. So I think I have on the 1st of October 2025. Baba Jama and Associates, legal consultant, solicitor, and advocates. Kojo Adadie Safo Esquire. This is a response to complaint. I say, okay, this is response to the complaints of Akosua Serwa on matters relating to the late Charles Kojo Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba. Or see, we act as solicitors for the Fosu family and of Prakosu and Insuta, the family of the late Charles Kojo Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, on whose instruction we respond to your 2 letters to the family dated on the 1st of September. 1, our instructions are that your clients, Akosua Serwa Fosu of Germany, refused to relocate. I mean, when you use that letter, I just wanted the heading. Baba Jamal and Associates, by the 1st of October, the letter they wrote said they are acting on the instruction of the Fosu family of Insuta. So we are in court. It's the same Baba Jamal and Associates that I'll prove to you a letter that when we lost our legend, they brought us the notice on a letter that was announcing the death of Lumba from DLFM, Sambakaya. And a letter they feed DLFM, no. A buy and never Baba Jama Mona sign. And I'm a minimum look to who say, and see that umbrem say, company actual letter. Now, law firm abe sign as the writer of the letter. Me can't say man check, and almost a letter nearby. Someone on one announces says here, and yet DLFM they announce you, but Baba Jama and Associate they announce. Amaye Masam say that being and omodani lawyers for the Fosu family. Na se ne mo court na mo say Ebusua penyi enya lawyer. Odo Broni enya lawyer. But lawyers menini nyina efi wo friend den Baba Jama and Associate. Afuna wati ase.
Yeah, that could add drain no more. How more that? I want to back when it was a penny see, and so our body no be boy. Omo boy because of Odo Broni. See, I'm Odo Broni. You couldn't be the mother music auntie. That a 200,000 already drawing or they come ni back. Oh boy, one a bonds as I bet you got it.
And when the boys are
person go papa idio na wo mitrim sisi abo kasa na wo mitrim mo oye politician me kaya ndeka and that was Endra no cancer asem
yeah
just say ET akono
thank you ET akono almost 200,000 na busia peni koyi ye no UT Akon says some more Odo Broni nyekuna ni bidi and your Jinisika back. What will be a bonds and was not in back?
Nah, ET Akon no who are
what I say?
And the won't be sunny. So no so did here. Na Lumbenti or Baba yes, some back at yourself, Odo Broni nyakunenti. Yeah, and they're not them of children. Yes, because I am telling you.
Maybe one question. In this case, no. So, verdict never na Akosua Serwa. Does she have the power to terminate the contract of the law firm?
The law firm is a very brilliant question, but the law firm is actually not representing Akosua Serwa. Anna.
Representing the family. So
which of the family? Which family? Which family she says they are representing?
But you said the Baba Jama law firm, they were representing the Fosu family.
They said they are representing the Fosu family of Insuta. Do you know where they are coming from?
They are not from Insuta.
They are representing the Fosu family. And is it Prakosu family and the Insuta family? Prakosu and Insuta. Is it Prakosu? Prakosu and Insuta family.
But they are the same people managing the companies. They are the law firm.
Yeah, okay, Prakosu. So my problem right now is I started saying this thing from the day that the Lumba passed. That what is the position of Baba Jamal and Associate? Because when DLFM announced the death of Daddy Lumba, they came to sign on the letterhead. And when I said it is wrong for a company to allow a law firm to sign, then they withdrew the letter and brought the whole letter again on their letterhead. Then I went to ask, and it was alleged that they are the company lawyers. So I don't know how come all of a sudden they became the Prakosu and Insuta lawyers. Yes, it's a company. Anybody can engage them. But my conflict of interest is the man who brought you is the one whose case is being contested. Why can't you be neutral? Maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I am a human being, I can be wrong. But my contention right now is the Prakosu and Insuta family, in quotes, is supposed to be a family that is that's where Lumba comes from. Lumba Fosu family, me, I don't know where they come from. I don't know whether they are from Prakosu or they are from Insuta. I don't know. Meaning, but Odo Broni is not a Fosu. Ejawusu is not Fosu. So if you are representing the Fosu family, is he a Nestina? Is he Akosua Serwa? Is it Lumba's children? Or who are you representing? Then the people who are the original Fosu family, you who is representing the Fosu family, is now challenging the Fosu family. How?
Counselor, it's our body quiet to boss and the idea. And that's how marriage was to come.
Oh, they are quite an idea.
And Counselor, you know one thing, to the committee no muti and a mom sign for withdrawal of the money. No, Odo Broni, Ebusia Penny, Anna Collins, Anna Yama, Jiga Jini Muma, Akosua Serwa, because almost a time Satan no muti committee Akosua Serwa was in here. Until Jiga represents Akosua Serwa, Mammy
Odo Broni has no right to be on that.
Exactly. And so only saw no near Bush Penny Collins, no sign on we say withdrawals near Cosu in the airport.
Messy. Share. I won't tell you, Messy. The biggest mistake of this whole problem is Akosua Serwa. Oh no, a mistake. Menimono.
The one is too soft.
And you saw a too soft. Now on himself, penny some on it. Bibi say AC because Oba Yena or who said you could. The first thing I saw Yan said, Obi or Tini Krufia Bia, Kawansia Montina locking gate in Nuna police from them.
Exactly, because they have a party who are a crime scene. I don't know what that's a
It's simple.
Now I can find my baby can be why a 20 day Mubalumba, the any day, the honor de be in the security babonton.
Some standards have been compromised. Ofia Kura Eban. Ofia Kura say Eban. Interview ye catch and say, Oba Abe ye DSC, Amaya Tulumba Demu. He said it in an interview.
Yeah,
if you're too well, from the letter, and son of, and son of me, I believe.
Oba ya on two with Yamu. Oba your baby Jollof and no.
Because of Kwalani or Odo Broni, John one that's your hotel 1 month and 2 weeks, which is 28,000.
280 million.
No one with you.
And committee, no.
Message. Ubian Casabiwa. Balumba enkwa musio or a fruit be the chako dia dance.
Yeah, because me at this point I wish to say a map process a map in Poma, they'll go the traditional way. Because they are able to food the aircon.
And it's so sad, say, I'm a member of Poma, and cool.
Everyone is trying, and we're very loyal to say, well, Mama Penna said, we all need a second in-law.
Looking at her, no, she me, I see her to be a greedy woman, or maybe a scout. I'm being honest. Me who said for senior interview or cassette. On your straightforward,
okay, so me correspondent no. Ya bring me feel and woman can't feel and everyone. Or see, the lawyers are from the same Baba Jama and Associate firm, but Transition had a different lawyer representing them from their firm. Because no me a three. Akosua Serwa suit no. Eye Odo Broni, eja wusu, and a Transition. Ena ye chire say Baba Jama mu hono lawyers nearby no baako ye obegina ho se ogina Odo Broni baako begina ho ma eja wusu tie lawyers ahin na ba court
3.
The lawyers ahin na ekasa 3 na ekasa no omo ye wine
lawyer Fati Obano any guy back on quite fancy.
Me no dey omo go with them Fati or popular.
Daddy back on crash boni dey popular the other kind say omo mpe yempe win na omo pe peace no. Oh. I want to tell you, excuse my language.
And then we like a peace.
And you win a peace. Oh, because of the boni deal. I don't want to but you put on Tanga to interview. I don't know Casa after 40 years.
Yes, no, I don't have to face they will lose the case. So
me, of course. No, you see, my issue right now, it's not about losing and winning. Hear my case here. I am doing some analysis for the records. The records are that if, and I'm using the word if Baba Jamal and associate were law firm for Daddy Lumba when he was alive and had right over all his properties and companies, then they are supposed to stand for Daddy Lumba in the time of any contest, especially when it comes to estate issues. Okay. But unfortunately for us, when Daddy Lumba died, they announced the death of Daddy Lumba, which is wrong. Let's not high any. It's wrong. If the family of Daddy Lumba mandates Baba Jamal to announce the death of Daddy Lumba, it's a different thing. But the time they were announcing, Ejawosu says he didn't have an idea about the death of Daddy Lumba because every year they come to tell him that Lumba is dead.
Even my sister
so good.
When Odo Broni called, she couldn't break the news.
So
she was just crying.
So at the end of the day, who gave Baba Jama and associate the mandate to announce the death of Daddy Lumba?
Odo Broni, of course.
Okay, thank you. Who is Odo Broni in the life of Lumba?
Alleged wife.
There's nothing called alleged wife in our laws.
Self-acclaimed wife.
She's a baby mama to Daddy Lumba.
Self-acclaimed wife.
No, she's not. She's a baby mama. And at the time of the demise, look, let me tell all of you women, I am not against any woman having a child with anybody's husband. If you have the heart, go ahead. But I am against your foolishness to live in the same house with somebody's husband because you have children with a man. You are stupid. You are very stupid because hear this, and it's harsh. Having a child with anybody's husband is because you are looking at the future for the children. But when you are living with a man in the same house, because you have children with that man, what is your title?
How do you introduce yourself? Now, counselor, when you say upon claim say or your wife in Nino. Saturday an interview with Roman father. Or say Oko Fiewa, or also by confirming say Lumba ne Akosua Serwa pictures, Ebu Fio. Meanwhile, Odo Broni no see Lumba catch us with Jawari. So who on earth would divorce the wife who were keeping the pictures with Fee, including your bedroom?
Now listen. Now listen. We are not being fair to justice and not being fair to this girl called Odo Broni. Priscilla will suffer because people around her are not helping her. I'm saying, say, me why me ni obi awo me yirechi me ne ntifie ba me kosra na me ko aden e sanse mrana ebo awade ho ban ne se obi awade wo mremu no onewo ebe twen plan no be wo akwala no wakwanya wabusua na wo abayo anu uni akwanya de wo gibia gisesia esanse uni chefa wana japade mu eyamra eti eno anse na ambi na wo de obama Lumba apedan bia ma wo ba bi no wote ne so. The reason was because you were not just a baby mama, but you were the baby, what do you call it? You were the caregiver.
Exactly. So I said also count.
And that is Ejina Hoya me Yaman said. Yafan said for 17 years. Say Akosua Serwa any new kunete and a new betina Ghana no yale. And you say me po bi ahweme. Eti entu pano 200 cedis a month. Na Odo Broni wa betina Lumba ho for 16 years. Won to me to fear na 200 cedis a month. Yeah, Odo Broni. Say yamfa say Lumba ne yere. Lumba ban krom oba ye no po bi ahwem because it's alleged say ma Akosua Serwa Mrs. Baye no obesra one day bi no wo Odo Broni ye ma wo tompa e ma ne say wo na wo hwe Lumba wo fie ha
say you want to tell when the sister ni say omo ma ni wu ye no na omo call Tantra Hill no Odo Broni ni lady be friend Gina omo no nko siesie fie ho ma no so it wasn't once pe
e was a penny say wa ko pepa ho ko siesie ho keke e ka le
ko siesie no ko pepa ni na the same thing
David ogo siesie ho as what as a caretaker.
Lumba's life was a helper.
That's what I'm saying. You see, that's what I'm saying. That if Baba Jama and associates are trying to tell us that they are the law firm representing Lumba the late, did they know the position of Odo Broni?
Because was you Nipan catch us on in the Jaya. How on earth no but the Befia Britia, but no catch us say, if your mama and my sister, then you also go ahead.
Me that's it. And we are talking about Daddy Lumba, who every time he climbs a stage and he wants to thank people, Munda Abaya Simami, Ono Boami. He has never said Munda Meira Simami. There is no video anywhere that Lumba said Munda Meira Simami. And when Lumba was 61, he said, Mwa Mose Meiri Akosua Serwa Mewano, Ono poison me no, one poison me da.
Hey, because they don't see what you say. Lawyers say, Odo Broni, Mr. Odo Broni, Busia Penny say, Akosua Serwa Mano, and no mama pressure say on you, mammy, dear.
Okay, now one can.
Okay.
Was he an duress? No, abo. Okay, no, Odo Broni way.
No, right?
So what nonsense are we saying? Lumba with Jimmy. Why Abua? Miss you made the sister Jimmy. What are we talking about? And I am the back as I said, probably what them. Say Odo Broni te ho. Enya ya wo akoma mu say. Bema wo na o sie so on ne yire jai. Wakoyo ho ade. Odina simpie kese bia so a o bo ne yire na baso e bo na safo hin wo nya wo te ho hwe. What are we talking about?
Like even where she sleeps, when the pictures were okay, anything the pictures don't
that is why I make us say, well, Yambwa Odo Broni because in the first place, only obi kumko wa and family and Korani da chintin obi person me wo. A son said me will be. Me shall be ye, me jina ye, fine. And I'm me me bear my question who go in chama and in Koran benya dachi. But a bunny send an bear on your one year and 3 few back. I didn't sort him in common as here. A bunny saying, ah, what now, sir? Yo, Fufi and Twata. What you want, bear man with him? What talk? Okay.
Na council and then the witness no. On Teresa Odo Broni Lumba starting, she was 14 years. Starting, she was 14 years. That was 2006.
What was that?
2006, 14 years.
What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? I'm going to say, yeah, Echo Fast and Fufra Abayi. The son said, Abayano.
Yes, that was what the man said. Also, on Lumba started 2000. So, lawyer ni bisa ne say, and Akosua Serwa ni Lumba so worry legally 2004. So it was 2 years after. Meaning, no, him say Lumba wa you said that Lumba got to Jayawa.
And yet 2000.
As a lawyer, ni bisa ne say, you know, omo demand divorce certificate and son omo ma Odo Broni na na.
I say any their daddy.
I say any their daddy.
Don't you mean true? Na no only hobby.
Empress, your true, I mean, yes, you.
Also, Jimmy
So, what him say? Ebusia Fedi say Odo Broni Lumba wari 2010. Onwa say Lumba Lureketi 2013. So meaning, Omo wa here as na Lumba fi Germany. Chefe, when you hear those things there, it sounds funny.
My problem is say the history behind Odo Broni coming to the residence of Daddy Lumba. Obimbi san say then ne baye and Oba Lumba fie. Obianko bisa Akosua, Obianko bisa Odo Broni. Mo bisa Priscilla say Kwamba
she had the house or no a secondary school.
And you correct.
Yes, secondary school to the second year in nursing training.
Coco, my love, welcome.
Second year in nursing training.
I saw you up. What happened? You dropped off.
School.
Best house as a help. Because nursing school one go.
Yes, no, the second year. No, Jaya.
Secondary school and second year.
Oh yes, secondary school.
Dear Cosu Ninentia. Dear Tia Cassina, Miguso Casse. Mr. Resse. Now we don't throw the baby and the bathwater away. They say, and Kuala where I hear the home common, only a luma, almost many Odo Broni, almost senior siblings, and your Odo Broni pet and a luma diao. Tieni. Now the Odo Broni air femu on you beer or back cano cribia children. A sunset and some na ye baby. But no kura back where that one is said. Baby, I no. Oh yeah, hospital oddly no. Now it is same wo. Obi hospital no ko bisa. Ye to sum ye no. Kwan ben so no nam no ba Lumba fie. Hefa e na Lumba hia no. Na emra Lumba hia no na Lumba ne wan ne nam. Obi sa no kura back. Women now me who yamesa. The American say only Lumba one ma Embrano recognize and Kualano by legitimacy say when whatever happens, the children are really for Lumba. Yet we deny the fact. But what is the position of the mother of the children? We shouldn't have come to where we are today. Because Tiene Lumba di sister Ojina simpie so say menso me di sister ni muka so kansa Because no, I believe he said, Wako tibia bimwa, sa tibia ni mono, and quatinting and yanedia. So the life for living now, or living one day at a time. Tipa. Only obiti. Nani pano, ahu dodono, no fre. Oua. Enye wuna ojina ubi ebi ye sansa one ne woma. I'm sorry, nursing school, you can't start at 14, please, unless you finish SS. Ghana for some question bibisa. Mema mun ko bisa.
My question yes or see or who know Ashley College. That was a second year no Lumba. Me question nursing school, the nursing school need this waba. Me ba me confirm nursing school me the yaba.
Now it is a 40 or 16 or Ashley College.
No, so Ashley College second year. Yeah, me ba no share Lumba, that was 2006. Me confirm nursing school no mo boy and the yaba. Me ba me confirm yaba.
You don't know about baby. Oh, now I'm jumping to school. Another 40 years. There be almost for all kind of age, you know. The age in the one can't come. That's what I. You know, and age, you know, just only you must have to think now, of course. That's what. Yeah, that's why I didn't put it to him. Say, oh, she had in 2006. Yeah, that means that she was 40. And I say, how do you know you want to mention? That's what the witness required.
Well, adia ba ko de bia me catch ngrofo ni se me ti we o catch am so de me kokoto chinape ma frem panyifo nyina se me pa ocho muni bi dia mesuam brane sa di bia me hu se court nye bia ye ko e san se empanyifo ye ne ko court awu because was oaths of truthfulness intino. And kwasia sebia bi se oyam. Papa bi na no ye adwuma ewo many years ago. 83 no mu no ye adwuma openta. O ye state manager. And ye the carpet buy ye said be adwuma na carpet irae. On fa carpet ni. And ye year ka fe ma face an ye the court. E je court na ye ti wona ye ka asem no. And no so e na so be ka no kure. Unu se lawyer keto bi so unu aso bi sa. Lawyer no ko ye hwehwem ko hu se sa 83 no 82 mu oni ge bi koda Ris Hotel e wo ni irechi na ira babosio de gina ni kuro ti de kuro mbo ko no lawyer ni ba do bi san say in 1982 on June 3rd at 6 p.m. where were you? No, see, I can't remember, my lord. No, see, I put it to you that you were at Ris Hotel, but you told your wife you have traveled. Can you remember?
Room number 6.
You were there with 1 Millicent Mensah. You, oh, see, Medasi. Send a court, and the lawyer and they say, my lord, objection, and a judge and they say, overrule. And your bomb cruise, and I say, yes, my lord, I remember. I say, okay. Now you didn't need to go born in 9. Now nobody born in 9.
That's school now. Yes, I the King's College. Level 2, second year. Now Lumba catching so enjoy school.
Maybe it's true. Or any better than you know starting school. Then you saw starting school now. Or die
after Ashley College, you know, and was starting nursing school until level 200. And now Lumba catching so enjoy school, which is.
School piece of so also enjoy now, man.
No,
so baby making machine.
So at the end of the day, oh, me make cassette. Remember some conversation so. Akwani jina court ye kan no crème. Ina na yi jina ho, ni yi jina ho din o ti wo din o hwe ni kuru. the embassy be ka o court no afrenye no oba ne ni na gibio mo
na say kakro no asem
enye carpet na asem ne ka bio mo lawyer ne bie na no a if a man can lie to the wife that he was going for a trek out of Accra and will go to sleep in a hotel with a girl, how honest can he be when there's a stolen carpet? Oh. Hey, God, because assembly a baby bisano. Judge in the open Ukraine to say ko and abrochi dey no mo be a friend like detector. Edu baby na won 70 sisi so near dey akọchichire won sa near dey abon sisi. Near study bisa 7 na ko no we there.
Maybe I say Ghana is a serious country, and those two schools now are the school should come out and come and say indeed are old students.
Oh, fortunately for us, Ghana is a very serious country, but there are issues that are not very serious to us. Do you know why?
Why?
All that we are saying, what is the length and the breadth of this conversation? Akosua Serwa is in court for one reason. Are we all aware? That is my topic for today.
Yeah.
She's in court so that we testify that she's a wife, legally married. Now, by virtue of her being testified as a wife, is the reason why the team legal wife are supporting her to be there. So, if Akosua Serwa is in court, so the court will pronounce her as Mrs. Akosua Serwa legitimate. What is going on now? I'm afraid for Odo Broni. You know why? By law, if you come and testify that you are married to me, and you say, you ask me if I'm married, and I say I am no more married, and I'm married under the law, and I can't produce a certificate to you, and you agree that I married you, it is in the state of bigamy that a judge can declare. If you say, I don't know he has been married, it's another thing. Like Asamoah, after 13 years of marriage, Asamoah went to court and said he didn't know the girl has ever been married. And the court said, because you didn't know, we will not hold you bigamy for the husband. But we declare from today that nobody can ever say in any book that you have ever been married before. So the woman doesn't have any property with Asamoah. The woman doesn't own anything by marriage with Asamoah, because by law, Asamoah has never married her before. She's just a baby making machine for Asamoah. That's the law. So it's a Siga.
Counselor, I have a question.
Go ahead, my dear.
How are you, darling? I miss you.
I miss you too, girl. Look for me small. I mean, you should know. You should know what I'm eating.
In New York, but I was like, I'm not gonna approach you because I'm just there for just.
Are you serious?
Yes, at the funeral. Yes, I did.
Oh, you are not a lover at all.
Hey, I was with the mister. I don't want no problem, you know.
No, the mister should have an idea that he is the mister, but we are the mister. After all, what is it? Things to do for love. Is it wrong in sharing? What is wrong?
Oh, there's a whole lot. my question is, okay. In the US here, right?
Yeah.
So we'll share like the episode penny, you know, on so because I feel say well cooking lies this to the point or to me tell the truth from the lies. And maybe judge, you know, she can tell that this man is lying. So in the US here now, all trans so understand that he will face the circumstances to it after the way, you know. So is the judge going to be like, I don't know, be trans so because it's all over on social media. Papa or can we a channel or can we a channel and I'm asking myself, so why is there a some quarter? This man keep on lying. Also recognize a woman, Mr. or your married woman. But yeah, what widower, your man is coming. And then you said it on, yes, you said it on national television, and then everybody we that are outside, we heard it. And so is the judge also listening to him talking and then contradicting himself? And I say, no, I found him ready.
All right, so this is Coco. This is the issue with court. When incidents and cases are in court, by our laws in Ghana, we are not supposed to discuss because it is called prejudicial conversation. Because in a competent court of opinion, you can be subpoenaed by the judge from social media, your comments. So I don't discuss matters in court as a legal person, but this is what I'll tell you. Whatever they are saying, if it's a lie, the judge has not ruled yet. That's one. It's cross-examination. You got how the law, how the system runs. So the judge is observing. When his final verdict is coming, then he will find the lies, and you can sue if there are statements that were made during the cross-examination that you think that they have to be retracted. So it's a procedure, or their proceedings that is being documented. I get where the law is. So yes, you can go to court and lie. It happens in the whole world. But the judgment of the judge is the supreme. And especially when we are practicing common law like the people in the UK, the final statement of the judge is always not the final. You can go and appeal.
Do you think if she loses, not Marcos, but the young lady, Odo Broni, do you think that if she loses, she's gonna go back and appeal for like another trial?
But by the legal tenets that we are all adhering to and practicing, she can decide to, as it were, contest the judgment. I get what I'm saying here. Whatever the judgment is, it's her right to go and contest.
But that would be a very stupid move, though.
Well, for you, it's stupid. But for her, she has gotten a certain backing.
Yes.
And a certain interpretation that makes her feel that she has legitimacy to contest the legal wife.
You know, this situation, most of us, but young people are so like Ghana for, even though you're in Ghana, we might feel like the law doesn't apply to us, but in the long run, it is going to affect all of us. That is outside, because I'm looking at this as I say, if it favors her now, then and in terms of marriage, which means me I get up and you can up and yes. Then you claim to be a wife.
No.
You claim to be a wife, and then they will say, I'm praying.
No. Let me tell you. Now,
because I'm a young girl too.
The question is, Coco, the question is,
because counselor, if it was most of us now, young people are yet to I think it's burning it down.
No, but the question is that Odo Broni is like one of you, the young girls. So
no, she's not smart.
She's smart.
No, she's not.
She is.
She's not.
Because if you are not smart, if you are not smart. Let me tell you why. So can I tell you why I say she's smart? Do you know why I say she's smart?
Your friend is saying,
no, if I
was, she died 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Not even 20. Like, counselor, sometimes you have to sit down and take action. And then people are also not smart. Because we are smart girl, that's how this world is going on. You sit back and be like, okay, Medifaha is this, Medifaha is this. Everybody is saying how good she is. So let me just go to her on the back door without anybody. Sorry, my 3-year-old. And then
like, talk to her as a mother and daughter. Me at the last time I can say, yeah, my mona almost 65, 68 for no. Omo esuni we young we omo kutaje similitude in terms of our real name. Omo apotare. But this generation they don't fuck. Excuse my language.
What can you? What can you? What can you? What can you? $500.
I swear to God.
Then I bet.
You burn it down.
Tobasi, Koko Tobasi. Obiba Ukruwa, Tobasi. Obiba Ukruwa, or Ben when you're down.
I mean, no,
Medase. Now Ukruzuko be one.
Oh, he wouldn't dare.
Hello.
He wouldn't dare.
Hello.
He wouldn't dare.
Hello. 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 Go. Hey, go, relax. Relax.
Because this.
Hello, go, my love. Go, my love.